Hello everyone, I am Pulkit Verma from Arizona State University, presenting the work Learning User Interpretable Descriptions of Blackbox AI System Capabilities. This is a joint work with Shashank Rao Marapalli and Siddharth Srivastava. If you have an autonomous agent, how would you determine that it is reliable or even safe for performing a task? Or how would you learn what are its capabilities? Especially in the cases where you don't have access to the agent's internal model and it is essentially a black box for you. This is very important as a lack of understanding of the limits of an imperfect system can result in unproductive usage or even accidents in extreme cases. Now, if we have a person whom we are evaluating, we can simply interview them. But could we do this for an autonomous agent? If yes, what queries will we ask and what kinds of representations will we learn? So one way is to learn the agent's model in terms of the symbolic descriptions of the actions that the agent can perform. Take for example this instance from the Zelda game. The agent here is the player with the sword and it has to open the door and go through it. It can open the door only after it kills the monster and gets the key. Now this is an AI agent that can perform these primitive actions. These are essentially keystrokes, but the agent can do things like opening the door, fetching the key, going to the door, etc. So it has these learned capabilities that it might have computed using planning algorithms. But describing just these keystrokes to the user does not communicate any of its capabilities. So how do we take a system like this where there is an agent that has learned some stuff or some capabilities and automatically derive for the user the description of what this system could do? Also, we have AI systems that can carry out planning or sequential decision making. And the user's conceptual vocabulary may not be expressive enough to express the models of AI systems and the solution policies that they may use. So in our solutions, we must consider that the user vocabulary may not be precise enough to distinguish between any two states in the agent state representation. In this example shown here, the state representation in the user vocabulary does not capture the fact that the player can have different orientations. Now there is some related work on similar fronts where the methods learn high-level symbolic models of AI systems using observations or interventions. But such methods have shortcomings ranging from lack of interpretability or assuming a precise user vocabulary. Some methods assume hand-coding of states, or some methods assume a lot of data uh, is available to learn the models. A lot of methods also use passive observations and are thus susceptible to learning incomplete models. Now, this is because they depend on data collection that is not controlled by them. To solve these issues, we propose a symbolic description learner that queries the agent and receives its responses. This learner takes as input the user's conceptual vocabulary, and at the end of the querying process, the learner returns a user interpretable model of the agent's capabilities. Here, the agent can use a simulator to answer the queries. In this framework, the agent does not need to know the user vocabulary or the user's modeling language. As part of the symbolic description learner, we have this high-level query generator that generates the queries in the user vocabulary. Now, these queries have an initial state and a plan and ask the agent what it thinks will happen if it executes the plan in a given initial state. The response to such queries include the length of the plan that can be executed successfully and the final state. So here is an example query that asks the agent what it thinks will happen if it did not have the key and it moved to a location near the door and then tried to open the door. The response of such queries will be something like, I can execute only the first step, and after this, I will still be in a location near the door. Now, since the user vocabulary is not same or expressive enough as the agent, we cannot directly ask such queries to the agent. So we refine these queries into low-level queries that can be asked directly to the agent. Now these low-level queries simply ask the agent if it can reach a goal state from an initial state. And these states are expressed in agent's representation. Now the agent answers yes or no depending on whether it can reach from the initial state to the goal state using its internal mechanism. Then the response interpretation system collects all the responses and translates them in high-level terms and sends it to the high-level queries generator. The major challenge here is like how we generate these queries. So we use a portion of one of our previous work called agent invocation algorithm as the high-level query generator. An important part of this work is to learn high-level actions expressible in user vocabulary. And we achieve that by using temporal abstractions on a set of random observations. So we take a low-level state and convert it to the high-level state expressed in the user's vocabulary. And we do this for all the states in the observations. As you can see here, multiple low-level states can map to a single high-level state. And here the user vocabulary cannot process the orientation of the player. Hence, all the states where the player is in the same cell, irrespective of the direction it is facing, the high-level state does not change. And as soon as the high-level state changes, it is stored as a new high-level action. Now we see how we evaluate our approach. So we evaluated our method with two types of agents to investigate its applicability on agents using internal arbitrary planning and reasoning paradigms. So these search agents respond to queries using search algorithms to find if they can reach from one state to another, whereas policy agents use black box policies to respond to low-level queries. 4 domains generated using GVGI game simulator were used for the experiments. And like for evaluation, the search agents use A-star search, whereas the policy agents use hand-coded policies. Here you show the learned actions for the agent in ZZ domain. Now here, for example, see the kill monster action. Our approach learns that the player and the monster have to be in the adjacent cells, and the monster has to be alive for this action to execute. And after killing the monster, the location of the monster is clear. Note that the action names here are interpreted manually after the learning process is over. And the actual names of the actions learned are more like A1, A2, A3, and so on. Now these are the performance results for the same domain. The solid lines show the number of queries needed to learn the agent's capabilities. And this is like as we increase the grid size. On the other hand, the dotted lines show the time taken per query. Note that the policy agents take more queries to learn the agent model, but they take less time per query. And please refer to our paper for detailed results for all the 4 domains. To conclude, we propose an approach for efficiently learning the internal model of an autonomous agent in steps-like form through query answering. To achieve this, we use abstractions and AI planning. Note that this method needs no prior knowledge of the agent model, and it only requires the agent to have a rudimentary query answering capabilities. And finally, this learns the correct agent model in user interpretable vocabulary that might be imprecise. You can access the paper at this link, and if you have any further questions, feel free to ask them now or drop me an email. Thank you.